We are here with the head coach of Temple Women's Volleyball, Linda Hampton-Keith. Linda, thank you so much for doing with us. And I just want to say this is the first head coach we have interviewed for something like this, so congratulations.
Thank you. I feel honored and very humbled. Thank you.
Yeah, so without further ado, let's just jump right into it.
All
Linda,
right.
if you could just say a little bit about who you are, tell us about yourself, your background, how you ended up here.
So Linda Hampton-Keith, head volleyball coach here. This is season 2, but year 1.5-ish. In January will be 2 years solidly. And I came here by way of lots of different schools. Right before I got here, I was at Louisville for just one season. Very lucky, awesome, wonderful season with Louisville where we went to the Final Four. I was there as a volunteer assistant coach. Highly recommend, awesome experience. Before that, I was a head coach at NC State, and kind of going back from there, I've been at Arizona State, TCU in Fort Worth, Texas, FIU in Miami. So as you can see, I've been all over the country, and mostly under the snow line. So my whole career has been pretty warm. So I was a little nervous coming to Philadelphia because I knew it snowed here. But credit, last year it did not snow here. So you're welcome to everybody here.
So you've been here for 1.5, 2 years. In your time here, can you share with us a great moment with the band? Anything that we haven't seen too much of each other, but anytime we've seen each other, it's been fire, it's been electric, it's been loud. So please.
Yeah, no, I think, there's not one specific moment. I just know when you're here. And it's awesome, and we feel it, and it's such an impactful environment. It impacts our environment. And you guys know, and you guys have understood the assignment, right? Our chairs here go, they do the banging thing. And let me tell you how many times I've had the opposing coach, they're so annoyed by it, which is awesome. So I think that's been, when we talk about if the band is going to be here, we just get so excited for your presence. You guys cheer for us so loud. You're banging the things. You're playing loudly. It is an unbelievable environment. And I've played in a lot of different environments, and it rivals when you guys are here. It just makes McGonagall rock, and it's awesome. And it's such a fun environment to be a part of. So there's not one moment. There's just whenever you're here, there's when the band is here and when they're not here. 2 totally different scenarios.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, we work really hard to show up to be there, and it's coming out of our not class time, and we're coming out here to make sure that you guys have people here playing our loudest and have stuff memorized for you guys, because we love to watch the sport. We love to watch, and we're Temple fans as it is, just not only Temple students but also Temple fans. So it's great. Yeah.
Have you had any people on your team say anything about us, while they're playing, what it's like for them hearing the band in the background? Does it help them a little bit? Does it give them a little secret sauce, if you know what I mean?
So it does 2 things. The first thing, it was, when you guys are playing and we're like, it's so loud in here. And I'm like, yes, that's awesome. And they're like, yeah, we have to speak louder on the court to each other. The communication on our court gets impacted, but yes, that's okay. And so we talk about that, there's a big difference. And I said, well, we would rather have that. It's not a problem. We're just hey, we have to adjust to that and make sure they're here. So we're yelling even louder on our side so we can hear and communicate. And then the flip side of that, though, again, is it just makes it so exciting, because what it does is when the play is going our way and we're cheering for ourselves, it's not just us cheering for ourselves. It's the band is in it. The whole crowd is into it. You guys just, by the way, and I loved what you guys did the other day. There was the team was getting introduced, and you guys were laying on the ground, just being super. But it's in a good sportsman way. You guys aren't being. It's obnoxious in a good way.
Yeah.
It's not poor sportsmanship or anything like that.
It's confusing the other team.
It's hilarious. It's kind of funny. Actually.
What are they doing?
I always love to see when you guys are what antics are you going to be up to this time? So it's. We notice, and it makes a huge difference. And,
awesome.
and so I think it just makes every celebratory point that much more exciting, because we're not just celebrating with ourselves, we're celebrating with you as well.
Did you get a chance to choose one of the songs during the coach's choice for the marching band?
I did.
You did. Can you tell us a little bit about your choice for that show? And I'd love to hear it.
I got a text message, and I was they inviting me to, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. And all I could think of was asking for my favorite. So it was really for my daughter. And so my daughter loves Beyonce. So I was like, let's do some Beyonce. Those are always some good fun songs to play, I would imagine, in the band. So I was the Beyonce. I chose Beyonce, and it was really inspired by my daughter because she loves Beyonce and is one of her biggest fans, as she would claim.
If you have any fun memories, like so over band camp, which was the beginning of the school semester, you were super engaging with us, actively searching out the marching band and like actively making us feel included, wanting us to be there, helping us, getting us pizza. I mean, you have pushed so hard. Is it because, did you have any fun memories with the band? Have you had any experiences? Anybody outside that's seen you or messaged you that's been really happy about what we've done, what you've seen?
Our team, again, is just so appreciative when you're here. And so, I have been, since day one, I've been pushing, and it's always an interesting, each school and each athletic department, there's like this kind of you're trying to do like this dance and trying to figure out what's that relationship like, right? What's the relationship between the band, the athletic department, each sport individually? How does that work? How do we maximize it? How do we appreciate you for what you bring to the table? And I think that, and it's different everywhere that I've been, is a little bit like, because part of that is also the dynamic of, well, where's their directives coming from? How do you guys choose what matches to come to? Or do you come to all of them or just a few? And then how do you choose those? And so I think, we're still in that learning process of like, what does that look like here at Temple? And how do we continue to build that relationship? And so for me, I wanted to make sure, A, you felt appreciated, B, that you wanted to come and be a part of what it is we're trying to build here, because we consider you a part of what we're building when we go on the road. If you think about that, like, I write down every time we go to a venue, I write down, is there a band there or not? I do, really? Because it just adds something different. It creates this different environment. And so I want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to maximize the environment. And again, you're such a huge part of that. And so my goal and intention was to build that relationship with you guys, so you felt appreciated, that you knew that we want you to be here. Like, if you wanted to be here at every match, we would be like, yes, please, and some. Like, we would love for you to be at every single match. But we also know that, like you mentioned, it's your time outside of, this is a huge time commitment. Your band endeavors are a huge time commitment in and of themselves. And so we just wanted you to feel appreciated and know that all the time that you guys spend here is not wasted and not gone in vain, and that it is greatly appreciated, and that we love having you here. And those are my best memories, are at matches where the band is involved, and not just like you playing in the stands, but you really emotionally investing in what's going on out there, and the team can feel that you are emotionally invested in it, and that your cheers are just like, we're right there with you, and you're right there with us. And I think those are just such magical places, and it doesn't happen often. It's rare, but when you do kind of catch that lightning in a bottle, it's just really special for everyone, right? For you and for us as well.
I know we're excited to be at those rival games, those big games, Penn State or any of those games.
Oh, so fun.
Those matter so much to us. So, I mean, when we hear about it, we're excited. When we're like, oh, Penn State this is the game. It's going to be big. Please show up, everybody. And I mean, it was a great time.
So. It was so fun. What a great environment. And again, you guys helped create that environment. It was so cool. And small fact, you asked for like, I have fond memories. I was in the band.
Really?
I know.
Can I ask what instrument you played?
I played the flute.
Wow.
I was a flautist.
TUDMB cutie flutist.
I really love to hear it.
Tell them that.
In high school, I was first chair.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna.
So just a little, and but it was funny because and as you well know, right, at some point you make choices, and like whatever path. And so I went through band all through middle school, high school, junior high, and high school. My 9th grade, by 10th grade, I was like having to make some decisions on what path I was going to take, and I took the athletic path instead of the band path. So I think that's maybe part of my affinity for the band as well, is coming from like, I understand the work that you're putting in, not at a college level because that's a whole nother level, but I understood, like, I was running from band practice to my volleyball practices, and like I literally would like run from volleyball practice, grab my flute, run out to the field, jump on there, and learn the marching band cues and things like that. So yeah, I was always very fond of the band because of that as well. So there you go. Some very little known facts about me.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you so much. There's
Yep.
one thing we want you to do, and every person we're talking to does this.
Okay.
You can look directly at the camera and say, "My name is Linda Hampton-Keith. I am Temple made and Temple proud." And because you also mentioned you were a flute, please also say, "I am a former cutie flutie."
I'm a former cutie flutie. Is that what we're calling them these days?
Yeah, that's what they call themselves.
Okay.
So they're going to be very happy.
Okay, I will do that. All right. I am Linda Hampton-Keith. I am Temple made and Temple proud, and I am also a cutie flutie.